Okay, guys, we are just going to do a couple practice problems. So let's do 7b, number 8. Bear with me as I draw it. Let's see if I can. Get me a straight line here. All right, going back to our writing pencil. Okay, so we have that the line crosses the origin, and it also crosses at -3, 1, and at +3, -1. So this is the line that we have. And I'm going to write those points out again. It crossed at -3, 1, at 0, 0, and at +3, -1. So what is the slope here? Is it positive or negative? Remember, when we're looking at slope to try to determine if it goes up or down, up being positive and down being negative, we start on the left side and we go towards the right. Which way is it going? It's going down, so it's a negative slope. So it's a negative slope. And what is the slope? To do that, I'm going to pick 2 points. I'm going to start at the origin, and I'm going to go to this point 3, -1. I have to go out 3 and down 1. So I'm just drawing a little triangle. I had to go out 3 and down 1. Now remember, slope is actually rise over run. So how much did I rise? Well, I rose a -1 because I had to go down. So my rise is -1, and my run is 3. So that's my slope, -1/3. Okay. How about a couple examples on 7C for the review problems. 7C, number 14. We have an absolute value, an exponent, subtraction, multiplication, and addition. Remember, working this problem is all about order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Another way, some people just say it's PEMDAS. PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So, parentheses, this first one, we're going to treat absolute value like parentheses. So -4 minus 2 is a -6, but it's inside this absolute value, so it comes out as a +6. And then we'll keep all the rest of it the same. Next, we do exponents. So we're going to do this 8 squared. So 8 squared is 8 times 8, which is 64. Now here's the part that I think a lot of people miss. So key is this next step. We do multiplication next. So we're going to do this multiplication next. 7 times 5 is 35. You can think about bringing this negative in with it. So -7 times 5 is -35. I'll keep the 19 on the back, and then I'm going to do 6 plus 64 on the front. That way we don't lose this negative sign here. Now I'm doing addition and subtraction, and I can just go through the problem all at once. So 6 plus 64 is 70. 70 minus 35 is 35. 35 plus 19 is 54. So remember, this problem is all about PEMDAS. We do the absolute value, we do the exponent, and then we multiply. Then we can add and subtract across. Alright, last one is another review problem I wanted to do. 7D, number 19. So we have 2 over 5 minus 1/6 D is equal to negative 3/4. Alright, the best way to solve this problem is to find the least common multiple in the denominators and then multiply that through everywhere. So with 4, 5, and 6, the least common multiple that I can think of is 60. So I'm going to multiply everything by 60. So I like to write it on both sides just so I remember that I'm multiplying everything by 60. So when I do that, 2/5 times 60, and I can think of it like 60 over 1. Ooh, my parentheses aren't quite right. All right, we can take 5 out of 60, and that would just be a 1 left, and this would be 12. So now we can multiply 12 times 2 and get 24. Now I'm going to do the next one. 60, and we're multiplying by minus 1/6, and then don't forget the D. Okay, so here I can cancel out a 6, leaving me with 1, and I can take a 6 out of here, leaving me with 10. Then I multiply across. Negative 1 times 10 is negative 10, and I'm going to multiply that D. The last one is 3/4. Multiply by 60. So 4 goes into 60 15 times. Now 3 times 15 is 45, and I have to have a negative. So it's equal to negative 45. Now I would subtract 24 from both sides. And so on this side it'll be 0, and I'll be left with negative 10D. On this side I'm adding two negatives, so I get negative 69. I'm going to divide by negative 10, divide by negative 10. That side will just be D, and then a negative divided by negative will be a positive. 69 divided by 10 is 6.9. Alright, hopefully that helps you get through your homework, and I will see you on Monday.